You know it's a good game when it's the reason why I haven't posted a video for 2 weeks. I'm talking about Fantasy Life I, the girl who steals time, and yeah, she did, 80 hours of mine. My house is dirty, my family has been feasting on freezer-burned food scraps, and I realized the sour smell isn't coming from the overflowing trash can. It's me. But gosh darn it, this game has me in a chokehold. I never finish games, but I completed the main story in Fantasy Life. I'm kind of proud of that, by the way. And after the fantastic ending that had me a bit emotional, it hit me. Now what? Is the game over? No, not by a long shot. And as someone who loves the creative and open world aspects of games, my favorite part is just beginning. So let's talk about 7 things to do after beating Fantasy Life I, the girl who steals time. Just a warning, while I won't show you any clips from the final battle, I will be discussing post-game recipes and features. So if you don't want any spoilers, come back after you finish the main story, but please drop a like before you go. Thanks. One of the first revelations after beating the game is about dark seals and slates. Edward deciphers a slate found in the final battle, which tells us about dark powers and dark recipes. And then he gives us a recipe for a creepy coffin. So now we can revisit the castle in Ginormosia and collect dark fire and slates from the shadow monsters. Take the slates to Edward, who will decode the recipes for you, and you can use the dark fire to break the seals in the dungeons. It does take a lot of dark monsters to give you enough dark fire to break the seals, but you can also find special monster rooms and some treasure groves to farm larger amounts. I love how unsealing the dungeons gives us a reason to revisit all the map areas. Number 2, you can craft and upgrade your legendary weapons. Once you craft a legendary weapon of time, like this bow that I made, visit the Plundering Panther at one of the monster camps in Ginormosia. He'll then give you a recipe for the upgraded version of your legendary weapon or tool. Gathering all of these epic resources will take an insane amount of time, so this task alone will provide plenty of additional gameplay. Exploring Ginormosia for these and other items is the 3rd post-game activity. If you haven't already found all the eye towers, doing so will fully reveal the map, and notice that you can use your points from completing actions in the area to unlock new difficulty levels. Higher levels mean harder monsters but more loot, and this helps to alleviate boredom from enemies that are too easy for your skill level. A little tip for hunting legendary weapon resources. First, unlock level 3 in each of the map areas, and then wait for a legendary event to spawn. You'll see 3 blue exclamation marks on the map when it happens, and if you don't see anything, either use your warp gate to leave and come back and then check the map again, or just switch any area to a new level and recheck the map. This will force a respawn of events, and for solo players, I believe the legendary spawns are random and not based upon your activity like a multiplayer. Once you see those blue exclamation marks, you know to look closer and find the legendary spawn and then go harvest it. The legendary fish is the only one that I haven't been able to do because my fishing level just isn't high enough, but for the rest, here's my secret tip. Take Kanugi. Or Kanagi, I don't know how you say your name, this chick, with you as a buddy. She throws SP heals to boost your stamina, and I can't tell you how many times her stamina heals have tipped the scales so that I could finish a tough harvest. I always have her with me on harvesting missions. If you don't yet have all the shrines completed, make sure to finish those so you can turn more strangelings into buddies, find all of the legendary weapon recipes. There are a ton of leaf creatures to find. You can search for mounts, and traveling with phantom characters 10 times unlocks a Steam achievement. You also can sell your produce in the Evershops and earn cashnuts to spend at the area merchants. It's called Ginormosia for a reason. It's huge and offers plenty of delicious open world exploring and combat. Number 4 is possibly my favorite, building a cozy island at base camp. When you talk with Flutter the butterfly after the final battle, you'll learn that improving your island rating to 5 stars will trigger the blooming of Golden Celestia's gift flowers, and you'll need to collect 50 of these for Flutter to unlock her human form. But honestly, I don't care about the dumb flowers. I just love designing my island and unlocking recipes and crafting items to make it cute and cozy. This part totally gives me my Animal Crossing fix, and I'll spend hours upon hours designing each small area. My island is far from complete. I still have to move all the houses and build my art gallery, as well as rank up my crafting before I can make some of the furniture, but I don't know, I think it's looking quite inviting. And I love how the buddies interact with the outdoor furniture, and there's actually a swinging animation too. It's the little things in life, and this cute crap sparks joy for me. I eat it up. But if fighting is more your jam, the 5th post-game activity is completing treasure groves. I just love how these look, super cute, and you never know what dungeon you're going to get from each sapling you grow. I haven't completed many groves, but I do know they can spawn rare treasure rooms and get progressively more difficult to provide a decent challenge even for high-level players. Plus, this is my favorite way to experience multiplayer. I'll hop into a random lobby or open up my game to random players and then just work together to score that sweet, sweet treasure grove loot. Even when I don't need anything in particular, I enjoy helping other players in the treasure groves. The 6th post-game task is to become a master of all 14 lives and complete each skill tree. This part takes a lot of grinding, but it's fun to unlock new crafting recipes and use all of the items to earn money or decorate the island. I've only mastered Hunter and Craftsman lives so far, and I love that we get a special celebration for each life that we master. Now you can go a step further and work on upgrading all of your buddies and completing the bulletin board quests for each map location too. The bulletin board quests will unlock new house styles, bridges, and stairs to use at your base camp. Finally, number 7, even with the story complete, you can still fight some epic battles. Talk with Edward at your base camp if you want to fight the dragon again, and you can opt for full or half strength. Half was plenty for me, but I know some of you were sweats. And then there's Swollen Island, where you have a whole bunch of battles you can fight at the Colosseum, and of course score some sweet loot as you progress. Thank goodness for these 7 things to do after beating the story in Fantasy Life I, the Girl Who Steals Time. I can't tell you how sad I would have been if the game ended at the completion of the story. RPGs usually aren't my favorite game genre, but this story is so well crafted and Fantasy Life is chock full of such a variety of mechanics and gorgeous visual appeal that it tickled my brain and stole my time for weeks. So I'm elated to have this much post-game content to help me get my Fantasy Life fix for weeks to come. Though I suppose I do have to feed my family and do laundry at some point. And as a little reward for those of you who are still here, I'll pop some gift codes on the screen in case you have yet to redeem them in-game. These are the first codes to be released, and you get some free potions and healing items. Feel free to drop any new codes in the comments below, and also let me know how addicted you are to Fantasy Life. If you don't want to miss out on the latest in chill and cozy games, please consider subscribing, and thanks for watching. I gotta go get my Fantasy Life fix for the day, so bye!